So one of the first things we work on is and I put the big question up on the screen and I say, I'm about to ask you the hardest question of all of our work together. Who are you? Like, who are you? And you'll get maybe a handful of people who are like, right, awesome. I'm a dog mum. I'm a runner. I'm a skier. I'm a knitter. I'm a crafter. I attend church and I go to this club and I love this thing and I contribute to this charity. And you get a small handful of people who have this really well-rounded identity. But when I was first asked this question in one of my very first counseling sessions, I had no answer. I was like, I'm a teacher. And that's the joke I always make. I say, think about the last wedding you went to or the last event where you met someone brand new. How many seconds did it take you before you said, I'm a teacher? And it's usually like less than a minute, right? And the reason that teaching is such a huge part of our identity is because we know how hard we work. And we know deep down, even on the bad days, that it makes a massive difference. And we are proud of that. And that's amazing. But it can, as you say, it can become your entire identity. And that badge can kind of take up so much of like your headspace and your mindset. But when you kind of start to think about who you are outside of that, I think that's really, really key. And as you say, that's exactly what happened to me. I wasn't seeing my friends. I wasn't particularly eating well. I was spending a lot of time scrolling on social media. As I say, I wasn't the best son or brother at that time. I wasn't a partner anymore. And I did lose a lot of my identity. I didn't really have any hobbies at all. And that did make something, I can't remember the question now, sorry, but that did make things much more difficult because my whole identity had gone to this vacuum of teaching.
Yeah, I think that's so important, Charlie. And I mean, one of the things I try not to do is tell people I'm a teacher. Especially tell people I'm an assistant principal, because I think the higher up you get, it's not really higher up. I feel like anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think schools are
I know what you mean.
Hierarchy, but I think it's the more important your job title sounds, the easier it is to drop it at a barbecue. You know what I mean? And so I really try not mention that I'm a teacher, but so Charlie, who are you now? Sorry to turn the tables back onto you, but I mean, how do you answer that now? What are some of those components that come into that equation for you?
Yeah, my little bio, my blurb, I guess. If I'm not a fan of the word networking,